So ganito, siguro since nga we have the limited uh, time that we can use yung machine shop natin, siguro isa na lang yung ano natin, no? Isa na lang yung magiging final project natin din. Kumbaga from the yung start na magamit tayo ng machine shop, parang we will be kumbaga yung activity natin ay to complete yung final project. But syempre, yung operations nun, kumbaga yung mga operations that we will be covering based dun sa topic, parang yun na yung i-re-apply natin. Pero rest assured na kahit grouping siya, parang halimbawa for example, we will be creating hinge. Kunwari yun lang yung final project natin, we will be creating a heavy duty door hinge. Parang kasi before, parang isa lang yung output for the group. So parang let's see if kaya naman natin na tatlo, ganun. So that everyone could have the opportunity na i-reapply din yung lahat ng mga functions that we will be learning doon sa while we are using yung lathe machine. So let's see, pag-usapan natin. Since right now naman, parang we are still preparing din na makagamit nga tayo ng machine shop. Balitaan ko rin kayo within the week. Sabi ni Ma'am Joanne is Monday asikasuhin niya yung room natin. Sige. So ito, quick lang to para hindi tayo mabakante and yun nga, para lang din makover natin. No? So, share na ako ng screen. Share ko na yung entire screen. Okay. Wait lang ha. May natawag lang sa akin.
Yes, po.
Okay. So, same subject pa rin, same course, ME408, Machine Shop Theory and Practice. So, this is our lecture 2. So, we will be covering basic machine tool operations. So, basically, all these functions naman are already incorporated in one machine, which is the lathe machine natin. Parang we will be drilling, we will be encountering the function of turning, milling, planning, and grinding. No? So, all of it naman ay can be covered using yung lathe machine. Wait lang ha. May replyan na ako. Okay. So, So moving forward, so ayan, sabi dito, machine tools in use today are the products of industrial revolution which started a little more than 200 years ago. So basically, yung mga machine tools natin and machinery equipments are way back 200 years ago na rin. And currently, nag-evolve na lang siya since yun nga, yung industry has a different requirement. Kanino kaya yun? Pa-mute na lang ako. Ano? May nagtitiktok pa yata. Okay, sige. Okay na ba? Tapos na ba mag-TikTok? Sige,
Ay,
okay.
sorry po, pinindot po ng kapatid ko.
Okay, okay lang.
Nanonood po kapatid ko pang bunso.
Sige. Ayun. So, basically, itong mga machine tools natin are existing na way back then. Pero ngayon, kung makikita nyo, yung mga tools naman natin, may mga hand tools na tayo, di ba? Usually, meron na ng mga cordless, even yung mga drills natin were battery operated na. Though, it is not as efficient same as yung mga electric. But kung susumahin just to complete the job then efficiently na hindi ka na kukuha ng mga extension cord. So nag-evolve na talaga yung mga machine tools natin. So nag-evolve siya but may mga lumiit, kumbaga parang pwede ng hand tools but may mga lumaki din. Gaya nga nung minimension ko sa inyo, yung mga 3D tools natin wherein it could form different kumbaga product na siya lang. Even yung sa construction, di ba? Parang makikita nyo dun sa mga Facebook and TikTok post. Parang may mga construction na parang 3D printing yung ginagamit to erect yung mga buildings natin. Okay, so sabi nga dito, advances in the design and development have been so great that they have surpassed all previous advancement. So the development of this new technology did not occur by accident. So yan, our machine tools were simple and uncomplicated. This is no longer true. Machine tools are becoming more and more complex. More features are being built into their design and performance. So before we do it manually, pero if you ask a lot of people, even mga technicians, parang if you ask them, are you able to parang kaya nyo pa bang mag-operate ng manual na lathe machine? Parang most of them will say no. And kaya nga sabi ko sa inyo, para-paras tayong matututo pa rin on this subject since parang I used the lathe machine 8 or 9 years ago, 10 years ago na rin. It's over a decade. And yun nga, the most important lang na dapat nating matutunan with the machine tools is yung mga basic fundamental operations, no, para at least if we have the chance to work nga on the same industry, hindi kayo maligaw. Okay. So sabi dito, machine tools can be grouped into 6 major classification based upon the operation performed by the machine to shape a metal. Sabi nga, it has 6 major operations but it could be incorporated to one machine na din or may mga combined na machine. So for example, merong drilling and boring machine. Parang one machine siya pero it has 2 operation. So may mga ganyan tayong equipment right now. So these basic operations includes the following. So drilling and boring, planing, grinding, and metal forming. So yung drilling natin, we have a lot of drilling machines existing in the market. No? Yung mga examples dyan, yung radial machine. So yung radial drilling machine natin, we use this sa mga heavy, large work. So yung mga metals na mga shipyard. Ayan. So ginagamit natin siya. Tapos meron tayong gang drill machine. Ito yung mga multiple holes. Pag nagdi-drill tayo ng mga multiple holes, parang we use this mas precise kasi tama yung mga gaps niya in between. But yun nga, gumagamit na to ng mga cutting oil. Yung mga, halimbawa kasi gusto nating i-drill is parang surface finish siya, yung makinis ba. So may mga cutting oil to at saka yung parang mga high pressure coolant. Gumagamit na to ng mga coolant yung gang drill natin. May water. I'm not sure if nagbabrowse kayo ng ganito. Minsan nakakakita tayo ng ganito sa mga Facebook feed natin, di ba? Yung may mga water-based, merong mga petroleum-based tayong coolant at saka yung combination of oil and water. Para kumbaga the moment na nagdi-drill ako, hindi siya yung parang magaspang kasi nga ang ina-achieve natin is surface finish. So, deep hole, ayan, meron din tayong mga deep hole drill. Yung kasing mga drill natin minsan hindi naabot ng mga CNC machine. So, we have yung mga special tools para ma-achieve to. Tapos yung deep hole drill machine natin, ano siya, dito, ginagamit siya dun sa mga super alloys, yung mga matitigas na metal din also. Pwede din siya. Pero same as the gang drill, gumagamit din to ng mga coolant Same din yung mga water-based, mga petroleum-based, at saka yung combination of oil and water. Kaya kung mapapansin nyo, if you entered machine shop, even in the industry, so for example, I used to have my OJT in Honda. So maraming metal works dyan. So I was assigned way back then with the transmission line. So basically yung mga gear na nakamachining yan, yung even the casing yan, lahat yan dumadaan sa mga machining processes. No? So malangis kasi nga this materials requires to have yung mga pressure coolant. Okay. So i-note nyo yung mga sinasabi ko. It was not indicated on the presentation but it might be included dun sa isa nating midterm exams. No? Okay. So meron din tayong mga sensitive drill machine. Ito yung mga hand-fed operated machine. No? Tapos, yung sensitive drill ay ginagamit natin siya dun sa mga small holes pag magagawa tayo ng mga maliliit na butas. Kasi yung mga drills natin, kung mapapansin natin, may mga standard sizes lang yan available in the market. So, meaning pag may mga special requirement tayo na mga small holes, ayan. Tapos, usually naman, if we are designing yung mga certain equipment, ayan, nakalagay na indicated naman yung mga parameters. Kasi itong si sensitive drill, ano siya, it operates at high speed up to 2,000 revolution per minute. Tapos naka-range siya. Parang ang kaya niyang ibutas is 0.35 mm to 15 mm maximum. So ito yung mga usually na available in the market natin. So meron tayong drill press. Drill press, makakakita kayo nito sa shop natin. Sa walkthrough natin by next week. So, ito yun. Same lang din. It creates a hole through a variety of material lang. So, ito yung pinaka-basic. Pwede tayong mag-drill ng metal, pwede tayong mag-drill ng wood. Pero usually, woodwork yung ginagamit na dito for the drill press. No? So, we also have the pillar drill. So, itong pillar drill natin ay high-powered motors to na nagro-rotate ng mga drill bit natin. Pero ang kaibahan nito, nava-vary yung speed. So you can adjust the speed based on your requirement. Unlike with the other regular drills, kumbaga, pag nakaset na yung isang motor niya na it would rotate at 100 revolution per minute, same na yon. Parang the adjustment would be on the operator na lang kung ididiin niya, kung medyo gagaanan niya yung paghawak. So ganun na lang yung mga nagiging adjustment. No? So we also have yung mga multiple spindle drill. So pag sinabi nating multiple spindle, ito usually na yung mga combination. So merong kumbaga perform ng drilling tapos may isang tapping. Kumbaga there are different operation involved in a single machine. So may mga multiple spindle siya, no? And it works simultaneously, no? Okay. So we have the turret drill. So yung turret drill natin is yun nga, sabi dito is precise and noiseless drill and reliable siya sa pag-drill ng mga column and bench, no? So we also have the bench drill. Yung bench drill natin is lightweight material naman yung mga dinidrill, no? Tapos meron din tayong drill string. Yung drill string natin ay ginagamit to most likely sa mga oil and gas. Itong drill string, usually, pag nagde-drill na ng mga, yung mga kukuha na ng mga oil reserve, so yung mga deep, so, di ba, it requires high pressure, kasi i-drill mo talaga yung ground, and magpa-pass through ka talaga dun sa mga, natin, di ba, mga bedrocks para to extract itong mga oil reserves natin. We also have yung mga hammer drills. Ito one of the basic drills that possible na encounter nyo na yung mga drill natin sa bahay na can drill yung mga concrete masonry. Pag nagdidikit kayo ng mga kung ano-anong frame, usually binubutas natin yung mga pader natin, di ba, using hammer drills. So, for the magnetic drills naman, ito ay mga metal lang din. Usually, metal yung dinidrill natin. And for the tapping, ito nga kanina is yung pag gumagawa tayo ng mga female threads. Yun. So, siguro, isa na talaga sa pinaka-possible na maging final project natin is the same as what we did, yung hinge, door hinge. Kasi parang most of the operations doon sa paggawa nun ay mako-cover itong mga nababanggit natin ngayon, no? So, yun nga, may female and male din yung mga hinge natin, kung mapapansin nyo. Or sa Tagalog, bisagra, yung hinge. So, yun, moving to the shaping machine, di ba? Ayan, so, usually, yun, ito basic lang to, pero usually, yung pag-create lang ng mga slot, ayun, yun doon ginagamit yung ano natin, planing machine natin. Tapos, for the grinding, ayan, marami rin tayong grinding machines existing in the market. So, meron tayong mga cylindrical grinder, meron tayong mga pedestal, meron tayong centerless, surface, meron tayong dry grinding, bench grinder, surface grinding, depende sa specification needed, no, ng material natin. So, ayun. So, sabi dito, there are 6 basic metal shaping operations that can be performed by a machine, such as boring, drilling, milling, stamping, punching, and shearing press, or a combination milling and planing machine. So, variation of these 6 basic operations are employed to meet special situations. For example, there are machine tools that combine 2 or more operations. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. So, parang one of the example of the multiple spindle that it could parang operate on 2 or more operations, no? Parang sabi dito, combined milling and drilling and milling and boring. So, may mga ganyan tayong existing equipment wherein one machine but we can utilize 2 or more operations. So, newer metal shaping operations have been developed that employ the various characteristics of chemical electricity, magnetism, fluids, liquids, explosive, light, and sounds. Usually, di ba parang may mga nakita rin ako sa Facebook nito feed. Yung high pressure ba? Yung pagka metal, kaya i-operate dun sa shape na gusto niya. Parang super high pressure niya, di ba? Delikado din pag talagang may interaction sa mga kamay-kamay natin. So yan, gumagamit na rin tayo ng mga ganyan. Tapos minsan, yung mga chemical, yung mga laser ba, na yung mga corrosive part para maging 0-0 yung tolerance ng isang material. Parang ginagamitan ng water or chemical plus yung laser, no, para mapakinis yung object. So may mga ganun na tayo ngayon na equipment na hindi nag-exist before. But sabi nga, as the technology advances, ay marami ng invention din that is used in the market right now. So drilling and boring. So drilling is a basic machine shop operation dating back to primitive humans. So it consists of cutting around the hole by means of rotating drill. So boring, on the other hand, involves the finishing of a hole already drilled or cored. This is accomplished by means of rotating offset single point tool that somewhat resembles the tool used in the lathe or a planer. So yan. So may drilling function yung ating lathe machine. So the tool is stationary and the work revolves on some boring machines. On other types of boring machine, the reverse is true. So two other types of machine tools are included under classification of drilling and boring. So these machine tools perform reaming and tapping operations. So reaming consists of finishing an already drilled hole. So this is done to very close tolerances, while tapping is the process of cutting a thread inside a hole. So yun nga, pag sinabi nating reaming is pinapakinis na lang natin yung hole na nagawa natin. So basically, ayan, dadaanan natin to sa while we are having the interaction with the lathe machine. Pero sabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, yung iba't ibang type nung drilling machine natin, di ba? Parang it could operate na yung gumagamit ng mga high pressure coolant. Yun, pero kasi since yun nga, incorporated na minsan yung mga function to a single machine, parang kailangan mo pa talagang ano siya, ah, yeah, sorry ha, na may nagcha-chat lang. Okay, so moving yung tapping naman natin yung mga female threads natin, no? Usually yung tapping is used for female threads. So we have male and female threads para lang may background kayo, no? So yan, I already uploaded this presentation naman with our Google Classroom. So I think you could watch the link here in the presentation if you're interested, no? But I think mas maganda kung panoorin nyo because sabi ko nga hindi naman tayo nagsasagad ng oras. You could watch some of the links here para lang you have an idea as we move to our actual works by next week. So turning is done on a lathe. So the lathe as a turning machine is commonly called is the father of all machine tools. So the principle of turning has been known since the dawn of civilization. So probably originating as the potter's wheel. So in the turning operation, the piece of metal to be machined is rotated and the cutting tool is advanced against it. So, ayan. So, yung lathe machine natin is by principle, parang same siya as the potter wheel. Pero ito nga, it has yung mga drill bits natin. And it composed of different drill bits then depending on the material that we will be cutting. No? Some may mga alloy, may mga carbonated, merong mga diamond. Usually yun sa mga electronic and electronic, no? Parang they are using yung mga diamond drill bits, no? May mga Pilipino pa nga daw na nag-uuwi nito. Pag yung paubos na, yung pudpud na ba, pero may tira pa din. Parang mga pasaway na Pilipino sa ibang bansa, parang inuuwi daw yung mga drill bits. Kasi made from diamond talaga, as in legit na diamond. Kasi problema with the metal drill bits, yung mga metal made drill bits ay kumbaga may mga microchips to na it could possibly contaminate some of the electronic equipments. That is why depending on the requirement, kumbaga gumagamit tayo ng mga ibang materials din, no? Para at least hindi maapektuhan yung product itself that we are creating. So usually yung mga electronic yan, may mga butas kasi yan, binubutasan din yung mga board, kinakat siya, ganun. So kaya ginagamit din siya on the electronic industry, no? Yung mga machine natin na to. Rinig pa ba ako? Sorry, baka mahina yung internet ko.
Yes po, rinig po.
Rinig pa po.
Rinig po naman po.
Okay. Sige. So, yon turning. So, single and multiple spindle automatics are used when the number of identical parts to be turned is increased from a few to hundreds, so or even 1,000. So, this machine perform as many as 6 or 8 different operations at one time on a number of different parts. Single and multiple spindle automatics are entirely automatic. So, pag sinabi nating single and multiple spindle, so parang meron kasi na single driven siya ng single motor pero it has a multiple spindle. So for example, 8 butas yung kailangan ko. Parang isa lang motor siya pero it has a multiple spindle attached. Kumbaga kaya niyang magbutas ng 8 materials at a time. Yun yung kaibahan niya sa single. But minsan kasi multiple spindle siya pero multiple motors attached din. So meaning parang it could parang pwedeng habang nagbubutas siya, nagre-rim siya. Yung ganun ba? It has a multiple operation then para to fast track the process. Kasi sabi ko nga sa inyo, siguro kaya mahal din yung mga items that was made in machine shop. Even yung mga thesis nyo, bakit siya mahal? Kasi kumbaga it requires skills, 'di ba? Parang may mga tao talaga na skilled person that will be working to set up or to produce yung mga mga thesis natin, lalo na 'pag hindi naman siya available in the market. So meaning may mga special requirement kayo, may mga special size kayo ng mga materyales na gagamitin. So parang they really have to give time na mag-lathe machine pa para to create yung special requirements that you need on your thesis. Kaya parang no wonder talagang you'll understand na bakit mahal yung mga machines then na pinapa-fabricate natin. Kasi hindi naman gagana no after. Ano lang, gumana lang sa final performance. Tapos after pag na-turnover hindi na gana. So yun. Again, I have attached here a link then for you to watch. Siguro you can do it offline since I won't be able to finish naman yung ating oras. I just need an hour para sa lecture. So milling consists of machining a piece of metal by bringing it into contact with a rotating cutting tool. So yan, makikita nyo dyan yung milling machine natin. Tapos ay ayan, nakalagay dyan ay a narrow milling cutter resembles a circular saw. Blade familiar to most people. Other milling cutters may have spiral edges which give the cutter the appearance of a huge screw. So yan, yung figure of milling machine. Ayan. So we have different examples of milling machine available in the market. We have yung CNC milling. Yun nga sabi ko kanina, may mga hindi abot yung CNC mill natin. No? Kaya parang it requires another equipment wherein yung kailangan pang gumamit ng deep hole drill. Kasi yung deep hole drill natin yung kayang mag-drill ng mga narrow holes no? At high pressure. Ayun. So we have the bed milling, we have the end milling, meron tayong vertical, meron tayong gang, horizontal, thread, yung knee milling, cam, planer, saw, ball cutter. Marami yan. Meron pa yata mga form, mga tinatawag pang tracer control, yan, mga gear angle. Yan, may mga ganun pang milling equipment that is available in the market natin. So, sige. So, usually, ayan. Ito, so let's move to the planing or shaping metal. So, yung shaper natin, as seen on the figure, sabi dito is a process somewhat similar to planing wood with the carpenter's hand. So, the essential difference lies in large size of a machine tool and fact that it is not portable. So, other than drills na may mga available na portable, itong planing or shaping machine natin ay malaki talaga siya in size. So, technically, meron operations lang. I think 3 operations for the shaping. So, if we want to have yung inclined, tsaka yung mga irregular shapes, and we also have yung horizontal cutting. So, it can be used sa pag-cut ng mga slots as mentioned. Tapos, yun nga. Usually, we use this sa mga, yung mga surgical tools and medical implants wherein parang may mga special requirement, no? So, may mga machines na rin tayo or mga 3D or CNC machines, yung mga computer numerically controlled machines for planer and shaping metal. So, some of you might be working sa mga ganun na, yung mga surgical implants. I know some of the MEs working dun sa mga ganito, yung mga napuputulan ba ng paa tapos parang they need to have yung nagpapagawa sila ng mga synthetic, no? Parang yan, nandiyan sila. So, ito yung mga special cases, talagang sinusukat to, tinitingnan yung shape ng, yung parang pinagkatan nung knee mo. Parang, doon siya, may mga special design talaga in parang currently right now, yung mga biomedical engineers natin, parang shifted na rin sa mga ME kasi we as ME could are expected to do the design and then at the same time handle these equipments, no? I'm not quite sure lang if those engineers are working on the design side, but I know some of MEs din talaga na working dun sa industry ng biomedical natin, no? Okay. So, sabi dito, yun nga, somewhat similar operation is known as slotting. Yan, nabanggit ko nga kanina pag yung mga nag-slot tayo. So, this operation is performed vertically. Slotters or vertical shapers are used principally to cut certain type of gears. Ayan. So, broaches may be classified as planing machine. So, broaches is, yun nga, is also as identified as planing machine. So, so sabi dito ay yung mga planers natin nabanggit nga kanina, hindi siya portable, malaki talaga siya. Kasi it could handle at least 15 to 20 feet wide, about twice as long. So, ayan, meron din tayong link dito that you could watch so that you could have the overview of the equipment. Okay, so grinding. So, ayan. So, yung grinding machine natin, technically, from the word itself, grind. So, one of the basic tools that we have or we can use. So, usually, pag hindi masyadong makinis yung pagka-drill, so we use yung mga grinder. Kasi nga sabi ko, hindi naman lahat ng binanggit ko kanina na use ng drills is available din sa mga machine shop kasi it would cost them a lot if lahat ba ng function ay lahat ng equipment na yun nasa kanila. No? So somehow, may gumagamit sila ng mga grinder to at least be near to dun sa mga tolerances required for the fabricated parts. No? So grinding consists of shaping a piece of work by bringing it into contact with a revolving abrasive wheel. So the process is often used for the final finishing to close dimensions of a part that has been heat treated to make it very hard. So yan, minsan kasi may mga flawed pa din yung mga, usually yung mga dumadaan sa mga heat treatment or yung mga binibake. So to give you an example also, yung mga, sabi ko nga yung mga parts ng transmission natin, lahat yan metal made, di ba? May mga gears sa loob, ganyan. And all of it, dumadaan to sa mga heat treatment. And yun nga, as I mentioned yan, ginagrind siya. Pero minsan may mga way tayo ng grinding wherein gumagamit din tayo ng mga coolant. Same as on the drilling. Para lang mas yung surface niya hindi rough, no? Kumbaga surface finish, the proper term. Gumagamit tayo ng coolant. Same din as dun sa drilling natin, we have yung mga water-based, petroleum-based, at saka combination ng oil and water. So, if you will have the opportunity na tour, company tour, maganda makapunta kayo dun sa mga may mga metal. Kasi parang before nag-organize kami ng field trip na sa MIRDC, parang very limited naman kasi yung makikita doon. But it is under the OST then. But yun nga, medyo limited kasi yung equipment doon kasi nga government naman, understandable naman na they have a very limited resources lang din. But doon makakakita kayo ng mga CNC, yung CAD-CAM. Kasi wala naman tayong CAM, though we have the subject na CAD-CAM, pero wala tayong CAM talaga, program ng CAM na ginagamit dito sa school. So more of we are utilizing SolidWorks and AutoCAD. But parang we are not really using yung cam, no? Wala tayong ganun. So the grinding machine can correct distortions that have resulted from the heat treatment process. So it may be used on external cylindrical surface, in holes, for flat surface, and for threads. So under the classification of grinding are included operation known as lapping and honing. So yan. Okay, so nasa baba naman yung meaning ng difference between the lapping and honing technique. No? Okay. Baka tulog na kayo ha, sorry, boring talaga. Kaya siguro nga maganda talaga makapag-actual na tayo as soon as possible, no? Okay, ayan. Some example of the grinding, ano. So, even sa food industry, we are using this, ha. Kumbaga, even yung mga chips natin. To share with you, I also work in Universal Robina Corp. I handled coffee production and also the snacks. But I am under maintenance, so I have this visibility when it comes to their equipment. And yan, yung mga chips natin ay may mga grinding process din yan to yung mga shapes. Kasi minsan hindi rin ganun ka perfect yung mga kumbaga, ano bang proper term doon? Pagkakahurno ba dun sa chips, for example, tortillos. It is really made of corn. So pag dinudurog siya, then dadaan na siya sa hulmahan. So yan, may mga grinding and other processes involved din para mabuo yung mga chips natin. Okay. So metal forming includes shearing, stamping, pressing, and forging metals of many kinds. So it requires the use of many kinds of tools including the following. So mga shear tool, punch press, mechanical press, hydraulic press. So I have it covered na rin, discuss it during our safety orientation that there's a possibility that we'll be using this. But most of the time, sabi ko nga, magle-lathe machine lang tayo. No? So itong mga mechanical press na discuss natin to, and hydraulic presses during our safety orientation. So technically, our first discussion, first exercise naman would be the same. We'll be creating yung PPE and identification of hazard for the equipment. So before we start with the actual, parang it's really important that we know some of the parts and section of the machine, how it operates, what are the risks involved. So same pa rin, the same exercises that we will be using is, we will be doing is yun nga, yung creation of hazard analysis then for the equipment. So before we move to actual exercises. So yan, yung mga drop hammer forging machine. Ayan. So ito yung forging, yung inaano ba, parang hinahammer, ni-squeeze, no? Usually pag yung process ng paggawa ng mga kutsilyo, yung pinupukpok ba habang mainit pa. So ito yung mga other processes that is currently now in the market, no? Yung mga cold extrusion, combustion machining, electrical discharge, yan, mga magnetic forming, hydroforming laser. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na parang they are already using laser to cut a certain shape. Not just laser, di ba? May mga water na nga rin tayo. Yung mga high pressured water talaga na it could cut different thickness ng metal. Kayang-kaya niya i-cut. Meron din tayong mga electrospark forming, electrobeam. Usually yung electrospark forming, yung para bang iniipit na lang tapos para magdikit yung dalawang metal to metal. Parang gano'n na lang yung ginagawa no, using ng mga electrical na lang. Ayun. So mga gas forming, hot machining, yan, fission fragment, explosive forming, capacitor discharge. Yan. So we have no different processes involved pero we won't be covering this naman. So you might be encountering this terms and terminology lang moving forward. Okay, so a number of processes were developed to do specific work such as machining extremely hard materials. So many of the developments came about through aircraft, atomic energy, and rocket research. So some of these processes have been adapted to production type machine. So as in electrochemical milling, electrical discharge machining, magnetic forming, abrasive machining, electron beam machining, electrospark forming, and cold extrusion. So a number of processes are still awaiting the basic research necessary to incorporate a process into a piece of production equipment. So basically, we are improving pa rin, no, yung industry. Why? Sabi ko nga, if you are familiar with the Six Sigma, no, or the Lean Six Sigma, parang it is the process in which we calculate how good the process is. Parang in for example sa aircraft, pag meron kang pinapatakbong airlines, kailangan perfect yung score mo sa Six Sigma. Kailangan Six Sigma ka. Why? Because hindi naman pwede na sasabihin mo na sa 1,000 flight mo, meron kang 999 successful flights. Tapos may isa kang sablay, di ba? Parang what as engineers, lagi nating ilagay sa isip natin that may mga lives tayo to protect. Diba? And lahat ng mga creations natin, all the designs natin could really affect yung buhay ng iba. So lagi yun yung maging goal natin that we're not just engineers but we are here to touch and improve lives of others. We just don't move the world, but yun nga, we are here then to improve the quality of living of everyone na nasa paligid natin. So, sabi ko nga we continuously improve and yun nga, may mga requirement pa rin tayo. Parang one of the example of it, if you search about the Challenger, i-search niyo yung Challenger dun sa NASA. Yung first time nilang magsama ng iba't ibang, not just an astronaut, na parang magde-deploy sila ng mga tao to moon. Parang si NASA is gumawa siya ng isang ng aircraft that could send I think 7 people to moon. May teacher, mayroong biologist, parang iba't ibang trade so that parang mas nga naman in terms lang sa idea is madali nilang mapag-aralan yung moon. But sadly, parang ilang seconds pa lang na nakaalis yung Challenger, no? Parang bumagsak na or sumabog na yung aircraft dahil lang sa maling size, I think, ng O-ring. Yung O-ring yung gasket, no? Yung parang rubber gasket. So parang mali lang na size. And yun nga, parang may mga ganun talagang cases in which talagang we have to learn. Baga nangyari na, parang what we need to do is to improve na lang. No? Same pa rin, yan. Kaya yung mga machine tools natin were still improving din. Kasi nga ay perfection yung ating ina-achieve. Wow. Ayan. So yun, basically, yun lang yung mga basic operations that we will be dealing for the whole semester. So yun nga, drilling, turning, milling, planing, and grinding. So ayun lang, wala tayong ibang gagawin kundi to do those basic functions. No? So hopefully, sabi ko nga dun sa isang section kanina, parang I really want na makapag na tayo, machine shop na by tomorrow. Kaya lang, it happened na nung kausap ko nga yung prof si Sir Ramos, ay kailangan pa nating mag-send ng letter with the dean. Kasi nga, makakasabay natin yung mga IE sa klase, no? And sabi ko nga, sir, sabi niya kasi, since 2019, hindi na kayo nagamit ng machine shop. So parang nakakahiya naman 'di ba na tayong mga MEs pa yung parang walang interaction talaga with the machine shop. So hopefully by next week makagamit tayo ng machine shop na. Okay? May tanong pa kayo?
Wala naman po, sir.
Question?
Wala naman po.
Sir.
Okay. So ganito, I don't know if yun nga nakalipat na lahat. So I think nakalipat naman na lahat based dun sa attendance. So we are 39, currently 39 in the class. Hopefully wala nang conflict with your schedule as ako ay na-move na. So supposedly dapat ako hanggang 5:30 lang but humaba, naging 3 hours yung vacant ko just to cover yung conflict with the other subject. So okay lang, pumayag na ako hanggang 6:30 but yun nga rest assured na okay na yung schedule kasi kumbaga I made sacrifice din my schedule para dun sa 18 students din na may conflict. So meaning I'm expecting na maayos na yung schedule natin and hindi na tayo magkakagulo. So yun, siguro ang assignment ko nga lang sa inyo is to group yourselves na equally, no, based on the number of student enrolled sa section. And that would be your groupings na sa lahat ng mga gagawin nating activity on this subject. Okay tayo doon?
Opo.
Yes po.
Sige. Sige, so by next week or siguro ngayon, since meron pa naman kayong time ng 12 to 1, igrupo nyo na yung mga sarili nyo, no? Para tayo ay tapos na. Tapos isubmit nyo na lang sa akin. So, classify nyo na lang kung si group 1 ay student A, B, C, D, group 2 ay E, F, G, H, I. So, i-send nyo na lang sa akin yung final groupings nyo, no? So, yun. So far naman sa end ko ay wala na. Ganito na lang siguro yung magiging schedule natin, no, na we have this para mga 30 minutes na discussion lang then we move to the laboratory kasi nga based sa CMO pala this course should be 6 hours full laboratory. So technically parang we just need to have an overview lang, quick overview on the fundamentals, then we proceed with the actual works. So yun, wala na naman sa akin. So pwede na kayong pahinga to prepare for the next subject. Yes, Axel.
Sir, paano po yung mga galing ibang section po? Magdadala pa po ba ng panibagong index card?
Aha. Sige, i-ano na lang. Pero enrolled na kayo with the subject, no? I mean, with the section. Dito na kayo, no?
Yes po, sir.
Oo,
Ano
sige.
lang po?
Gawa na lang tayo ng panibagong index card para hindi magulo dun sa ano, no, sa groupings din natin. Because that would be the basis na ng mga ano natin eh, ng mga exercises. Pasa na lang natin pag nag-face-to-face tayo next week, no?
Sige po. Thank you po, sir.
Sige. Other question pa? Sige, kung wala ng question, sige, Miguel.
Sir, ilang members po ang gagawin kada group?
I-ano nyo na lang, i-equal nyo na lang based dun sa 39. Kung ilan yung ano. So, siguro may magbawasan lang na isa or dalawa, but make it equal based on the 39 students. Kung ilan yung, wait lang halimbawa ay, kung 6 groups ba, kung 6 groups, kaya ba? Make it 6 group. Tapos, ikaw na yung bahala mag-distribute doon sa 6 groups na yun. Okay lang. 6 groups yung gawin natin. Sa 39. So, parang may mga 5 and 6. Parang ganun yung mangyayari doon. Merong 6 members in a group. Tapos, or 7. Tapos, may mga 6 lang. Okay na tayo? Hello?
Yes
Opo.
po.
Sige. So, kung wala na ay pwede na kayong mag-lunch. 12 na rin naman. Thank you.
Thank you po.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you po.